And let me try to get this on Facebook. All right. And if it works, fine. If not, I'll post it later. So anyway, that's what Kahoma, Mississippi is going to do for 40 million black people. That's what Kahoma, Mississippi is going to do. For those who are just joining, this is the grid of 40 million black people. We know the numbers are more than that, but we just saying. Bucksport, South Carolina, 99% black. 876 people are going to open up 7 offices. So every contact you give us, they're going to process it. It's going to go over here to Mount Bayou, Mississippi, the first black town. Go open up 7 offices there so they can manage our 20 cities, making sure that everyone's last name know the 2 times a year. Every 6 months, we need them. Then you got Falcon, Mississippi, who's going to ask for the money. Without Falcon, none of this works. So that's Falcon, Mississippi. Then I was just right here where you just joined us. I was right here with the 4 charities. So what we believe is quarterly we should be supporting the charities of your choice. By finding out, Kahoma, Mississippi will reach out and find out, is it a church? Is it the Salvation Army? Who do you normally support and when? Once we get that information, we're going to tally other people who do support the same charity, and we're going to increase that. And we're going to be able to contribute to your favorite charities in a larger quantity because we're pooling more people together. So that's our way of saying to all of our donors why you should rush to get us money, because that money is going to increase to even your favorite charities. Then you move over here, shopping cart. Shopping cart. Now, what is the shopping cart? The shopping cart is us when we meet a person, finding out what's inside their household. Why do we care? Why does that matter? Because inside the household, we'll find out that you have an eighth grader, ninth grader, you have a husband that's a carpenter, you're a nurse. When we get that information, it allows us to put them under additional layers of support. If you have an eighth grader, we have lawyers that's ready to help eighth graders. We have moving companies ready to help eighth graders. If you have a fourth grader, we got bricklayers and police ready to help them. So once, in this case, Cofield, North Carolina, once they have a conversation with you and we get the shopping cart filled out for your household, that means it's additional people coming to be layers of support to your household. How powerful is that? Cofield, North Carolina is 80% black, 382 people there in North Carolina. All right, let's go down a little bit more. All right, so now let's get to the fun stuff. Then we have White Halls, Alabama. It's 98% black, 779 people in this small town. White Halls, Alabama is going to get in touch with you to find out the birthdays in your house. Why do they want the birthdays in your house? Because back in whatever city you're in, we have leaders, governors, district leaders, and mayors. And once we get the list for the mayors in your local area, wherever you are, we're going to make sure that we do special things to celebrate the children and the adults and the seniors' birthdays in every village, in every zip code. We're going to do it once a month, so it won't be on their day, but we're going to make sure all the July birthdays gets honored block by block inside each village. And it's because of White Halls, Alabama. 779 people there getting ready to have 7 offices. We're gonna have to move people in this small town as well, because 7 offices is a lot to manage 20 different cities. It's 98% black. That's gonna bring excitement to people. These 4 charities gonna bring excitement, and birthdays, because that's all about you. If you notice, everything I say is all about that person. This whole person, all about you. That's how we know this is gonna be beautiful. All right, name your 4. This is going to be managed out of Metcalfe, Mississippi. 97% black, almost 1,000 residents there. They're going to get 7 offices to manage 20 different cities around the nation. Name your 4. What is name your 4? Name your 4 is black people being accountable to ourselves to go out and spend money with black businesses. Every Wednesday is economic day. Every Wednesday we say learn more about money, saving, investing, and most importantly, giving money to people who care about us. So it's 4 Wednesdays a month. That's where the name your 4 came from. If you can't name 4 black businesses that you supported in July, in June, any month, it's an indictment, because in Chinatown, Greek town, Little Italy, they can name 20, 30, 40. For us not even be able to name once a week, shame on us. So we want to ask Metcalfe, Mississippi to be in touch with our people at the end of the month to find out can they name 4. The beauty when you name 4, that list, they're going to type it up and it's going to go back inside the Black Business Directory for that zip code. So when you name your beautician, when you name your plumber, you're going to get them introduced to people in their zip code and even broader to get new business to them. If you don't name them, we don't know about it. We can't tell the neighbors next door about it, and therefore they don't grow. So you're helping Black businesses when you allow Metcalf, Mississippi, and those 999 people to work with you to name your 4. Then we moving down. We got 2 more to go. Referrals. This is how we grow. If we don't do referrals, then we're gonna be stagnant at some point. So every person we meet, there's a process we want to meet your mom, your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your nephew, the whole family. Because each person we meet, we can find out what layers of support they need to do whatever it is they're attempting to do. So it's just about love. Moses, Alabama is in charge of this. So Moses, Alabama, a small town of 914 people, they're gonna have 7 offices. We have to move people there in order to manage these all the 20 cities inside these 7 offices. It's 97% Black. 97% Black. That is a big, big deal. And again, you guys, the beauty, what I love about this the most is that it is creating jobs, it's getting us to circulate our own money to build and help our own selves out. So every other group talks about Blacks pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. That's what this is. This is personal responsibility. This is us taking care of us, and it's a beautiful thing to me. So anyway, that's what that does. And the last one, which is going to be not relevant to you if you don't have children. This is mainly for people who have children here. They're going to care about this more so. Is Ocala, Florida. So Ocala, Florida is, let's move this over here. Ocala, Florida is where my mom lives in Ocala. It's 19% Black, so not a lot of people. The reason I selected Ocala because Miami, which is at the southern part of Florida, is where we have one of our 20 sister cities. So it's a lot of investment there in terms of what we do. Ocala is right close to where I am here in Georgia. So it's a strategic move that's tied because of my mom being there and I'm always there. And they got at least almost 20% Black people. So it makes sense for me while I'm doing my travels to build them up too and loop them in. So we gave them the responsibility of doing every young person K through 12th grade resumes. And these resumes are filled with linkages that we've given them based on their grade and the experience. So because of Ocala, Florida, every child will have a resume because of them. Again, it's 60,000 people there. So this is a larger city than any of these other ones here, but it's only 20% African American. All right. If you guys have any questions, just text me 312 area code 405 8844. 312 405 8844. Let's get to this because I want you guys to really, really digest this. So, everything I just described to you is how we manage people, how we manage each person that we meet. A lot of jobs are going to be created as a result of just gathering information. Everything on that sheet talked about gathering information about your birthday, your household, who's in the household, what grade. All of this is information. We're going to create jobs because of information. And here, when you look at this, information acquisition, that's asking the question. That's the referrals. If you look down there, that's the referrals. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can really, really see this here. Okay, make it even bigger. All right, so here, information acquisition, that's one of the reasons why we pay people is so that they can get referrals, find out who your auntie is, your uncle, find out who was born. We do things to celebrate people's birthdays, who passed away, so we can support that, who's getting divorced and need layers of support, who's graduating, who's getting married. All of this information is opportunities for us to love on each other more. We need to be intentional about how we love on each other and not think that it's just some pie in the sky thing that's just go pop up and happen. So this is about us being very deliberate about loving each other and being there for each other. All right, so let me clear this right quick so I can get this going on Facebook Live. You guys, apologize for the delay here. but we do want it to stream. And those who catch it late, don't worry, I'm gonna be posting it on YouTube as well. And the recording started probably just 4 minutes into it, so you wouldn't have missed almost as nothing almost. So anyway, let's get back to the video. Get back to explaining that we was on information acquisition part, so you guys can kind of know that jobs, information equals jobs. Information equals opportunities for people to gain new skills, and it presents an opportunity for people to make money off of their skills. Information, acquisition of information. So think about that. We talking about jobs. We need jobs. We can create jobs, and we can create jobs just by acquiring information. That's one. Now let's go to the other one. So you know it's not just about just acquiring information. It's what we do once we do have this information. When we talk about the jobs here. Okay, I got so many here. Let's see which one it is. Um, and I'm gonna talk through a good majority of these, um, but I got an order here that I probably need to write them down. Yeah, let me do that. So in the meantime, while I'm writing these down, and you probably should take some notes too, you guys, but you will be able to come back to this video later. Um, so what we're going through now is information acquisition and how that's a creator of jobs, just gathering information. The other thing is, all right, hold on 1 second, is information processing. So gathering information is one thing, and that's cool, that's good. But then processing that information is a whole nother animal. When we process information, that's jobs. When you think about, if you go in the suburbs of Chicago or any city, what you see out there is these big old office buildings. And what are they doing in them office buildings? Processing information. Like that's what they're doing. And those are, when you think about information processes, those are administrative people, clerical people, data entry people, you name it, they're processing information. So it's a lot of jobs dealing with processing information. When you mail out, the mail rooms, they're processing information. So we're gonna create a lot of jobs by processing information. When we get that information that from intake from Bucksport, South Carolina, who you are, your cousin, auntie, we're going to process that. When we get you naming the 4 black businesses you circulate with, Metcalf, Mississippi managing that, we're going to be able to process all those black businesses and get that information out to the leaders in those zip codes so more people can patronize them. When you got a kindergarten through 12th grader in Cofield, North Carolina, and Ocala, Florida, find out about your K through 12th grader, they're going to get a resume done. That's processing information. So I just wanted to be real clear on how beautiful this is, that we're going to be able to create jobs by processing information, acquiring information, then processing information. We're going to be putting people to work in Bucksport, South Carolina, small black town, and Metcalf, Mississippi, Cofield, North Carolina, like just with information. So this is good. All right, information actualization. Don't want to spend too much time there. When people call us, and we get a lot of calls, hey, I need this phone number, I need this connection, who do you know? They're getting this information so they can do something. They want to be linked with someone that's into gardening so they can build a garden. That's just actualizing the information that you came to us to get. So we stay away from quantifying that. Just know that we got this linkage, this network. People reach out to us all the time so they can do something, and we provide it to them for free. Let's go down here a little bit. This is information management. This is a big deal here. Information management. There's all type of jobs dealing with information management. So here's the key with this. How we manage information is, number one, if it's dealing with people's personal information, their address, where they live at, we don't even let our own team know that. That's kept very close to the vest in-house because it's safety reasons. So we don't let everyone know people's home address. Now, if you're a black business on a storefront on a major strip, that's public. We share that easily. That's not a problem. So I just wanted to make sure people know when we get to information management, we have firewalls in place to make sure that things go well and not the other way around. So, but we have 7 positions dealing with information management, and we have them by time. So each one of these times is central time, and each one of these times have about at least 10 to 20 different career fields under it, and all of those contact people's information under it. 10 a.m. director, 12, 2, 4, 6, 6:30, and 7 o'clock directors. Each of them have a list of actual career topics and the people who are in those careers, and they have their personal information. When we manage that every day, depending on what subjects, like today is the first Sunday of the month. Today at 2 o'clock was our restaurants, at 4 o'clock was our chefs, at 6 o'clock are our food pantries, I mean our dry cleaners. So these leaders, based on what times I just described, they manage those contact people's information on those days. So I just want you to know there's jobs behind it, and this is where we're actually paying people right now to do that. So it works. It's working right now. We live in proof to the fact that it works. Then the last one is information sharing. Information sharing. When if you're one of our district leaders and you be texting for us, you're sharing information. If you're one of our mayors or governors and you sending and calling people, you're sharing information, and that information changes every day. And so I love the information sharing because again, we're creating jobs by keeping people informed of who's doing what, when they're doing it, and where they're doing it. And people call us all the time for this too. So those are the jobs dealing with um, information sharing. So I wanted to now pause and just make sure we're on Facebook Live here. Um, if you guys don't mind, let me just make sure. How are you liking it so far? Is this informative, you guys? Are you getting anything out of this? Hope you are. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen just for 1 second, you guys. Just for 1 second. What I'm about to do is make sure that we are on live on Facebook. And again, for those who are just joining, you'll be able to watch this later. I am saving it to the desktop. I will upload it to YouTube and post it. So if you miss any parts of it, don't worry. You're going to see it again. All right, let's move to, before I move off of this grid, I want to point out something for you guys to see dealing with the blocks. Because now I want to make sure that you know why when you hear me talk about the $1 a month to $12 a year, why that matters so much. Because the more people we have working, the more information we're going to be getting. The more information we get, meaning the more people we can link together and have stronger neighborhoods, more vibrant neighborhoods. Well, you see them five guys hanging out on the corner, when you extract information acquisition out of them that they love carpentry, when you get that, it comes to us, we process that, and next thing you know, that young man who was hanging out thinking about carjacking, now he is in touch with the 80-year-old retired carpenter. He's going to help him work on wood projects, get a job, get his life together. That's what information does. That's the beauty of what we've built here, is so that we can, when we see our people, we can extract some information and watch we link them and get their life in a better, more connected place. So I just wanted to put that out there. Now I want to go back to the screen so you guys can see the blocks, because this is where the rubber meets the road big time. And you know, a lot of people don't like talking about this, but some people don't want to know their neighbor. They had a bad interaction with their neighbor and they don't want to work with them, and we respect that. The beauty of this concept, the way we operate, you don't have to interact with your neighbor like that. We have enough substance and connections that we'll be able to make sure that the block is positive, that the block is loving each other, supporting each other, even if neighbors don't interact with each other, because there's so many other linkages. A good example: two elder people next door to each other might not get along, but their grandchildren do get along, and their grandchildren coming to Georgia this weekend. So they vibing together, even though the elders up here fighting, the young people not worried about that. So that's one of the examples on how this works. But let me go back to this. I want to close this part out here. I want you guys to look at this so you can know, when I talk about information acquisition, why it's so critical that you guys see this. So asking questions, just asking questions, is part of the solution for what we're going through. And it's because of all them cities, small towns I named. We got these small towns that are about to become draws for people to move in because of all the jobs we're creating. So let's go to Chicago 60649 neighborhood. This is 60649 zip code, I mean. And I want you guys to look. This is 71st Street to 74th Street. 71st Street to 74th Street. It's Cornell, East End, and Ridgeland. Now, the key here, because I can go into details, I'm not, each of these colors means something, but the main thing is on 74th, 71st and Cornell, people live there. And those people who live there deserve to be safe. They deserve not to be robbed, killed, raped, all of that. People on 74th and Cornell, people live there. So if you agree with that premise, the question is, how can we make this 12 block area safe and connected? And I want to respect the organizations who's already there doing it. We add an additional national and international flavor to what the local organization is already doing, i.e. block clubs. If you're a block club on 71st and Cornell, I would say, please don't say we're a block club, we don't want to interact with you, because the fact is we provide layers of support. Because of interacting with us, we can make sure that your young people, after they do what you guys are asking, clean up the block, that they come in out of town to Georgia, to Chattanooga. We can make sure that the seniors on your block are connected on Friday with the National Seniors Call. My point is, instead of feeling threatened by our presence there, and I would embrace it, because it just links you with more people who want to just be layers of support to you. So here's what, when I hear about the shooting and killing, this is what really frustrates me, is because the real issue isn't uh, solving the killing, solving the crime, solving the murder. We need to do that. But the real issue is, where's our capacity to love each other? Capacity is like a repository. Capacity is what you hold. Imagine going to the gas station. You run out of gas. You walk to the gas station, and you're at the gas station. So that's the solution. You need to get to the gas station. You can get gas. You there at the gas station. You're ready to get the gas, but you don't have the gas tank. You don't have the capacity. Capacity means the ability to hold. You don't have the capacity to put the gas in there to solve the problem all the way of getting gas inside your car. When I hear people talk about safety is what we got to do to stop the violence, education is what we got to do to stop the violence, seniors, jobs, parents, I get all of that. But guess what? Capacity is more important. What is going to allow us to pull together, be loving each other and support each other, so then we can work on what you say, violence. So we can work on what you say, which is losing weight, gaining weight. We can work on prostate cancer, all these health challenges. We can do that once we built this capacity, because inside this thing that's holding us together are the needs and desires of all the people holding it together. Everyone in that circle don't care about education. If they care about seniors, when you say that's what you want to do, we match that. So on these blocks where they shooting and killing every day, we not even asking the questions. We're not processing the information to those questions. We're not helping people actualize on the information that they have. This is where the battle is being lost at, right here. When you hear about the shooting, that's the past tense. Like, that's what already happened. We had an opportunity to be on that block before that shooting happened, talking to them brothers who are thinking about retaliation, revenge, or being the initiators, and giving them a different outlet and a linkage to a structure that can get them out of town. That's how big and important this is, that all of these blocks are organized so we can acquire information, process information, actualize information, manage information, and share information. So I'm done with this sheet. So let me get rid of this one. I got so many open. All right. It looks like we are a go on live now. So that's a beautiful thing. And let's get to this next one here. So if you have any questions, again, you could type it right here on Facebook. I want to give you guys this breakdown because first, let me show you some of the other grids so you'll know the other blocks in Chicago and why Chicago is the headquarters, is the rubber meets the road for this whole thing. So I'm gonna go and let you guys look at these blocks. But keep in mind what I was sharing. We acquire information, we process information, we manage information, and we share information. And the information allows us to get people in their sweet spot with what they care about. That's the beauty of information. If you got a son that cares about photography. We're going to process that information and get him linked together with someone who's a photographer. That's his interest, not your interest, not our interest, but his interest. So we're using information acquisition to help people wherever they are. So this is the west side of Chicago, around the Bull Stadium. These blocks, we need to acquire information on these blocks. This here is East Garfield Park again. We need to acquire information, process information from the residents who live there. If you go here, this North Lawndale, 16th and Millard. We need to meet the people on the block, find out what they into, what they love. You look here, this Inglewood, you got 67th and Union. We need to find out who lives on that block, who cares about what, so we can link them again. I just want y'all to get how big this is. 16th and 21st and Lawndale, same thing. What else we got? Look at this one. I'm gonna show you something else now. I'm about to go back to annotations here so you guys can see with some annotations here. Let's go back to what I did before because I like how that looked. All right, let's go right here. Okay, let's make this red. No, let's clear that out. I don't like the way that looks. Let's spotlight right here. Okay, here we go. So this is 67th and State to 70th and State, Michigan, 67th to 70th Michigan. Now, here's the beauty, you guys. and people don't know. That's why I say we got the city on lock. People don't even know it. That's why this video is important. This area has 67th to 70th State to Michigan, just 12 blocks. But this area here is in charge of all DJs. When I say in charge of all DJs, not in the sense of being out there authority, but they're coordinating. They're being the independent broker. So if you get DJs together and they do it themselves, that's good, and they do that. But they always have to worry if one DJ is getting ahead of the other one. Under this methodology, State Street, all of these yellow right here, they manage and they're coordinating all the west side of Chicago DJs right here. They keep the list of all the west side DJs right here. Wabash, green, they keep the list of all the south side DJs right here. Then blue, Michigan, they keep the list of all the east side DJs. And it's because it's right here, DJs. They responsible for all DJs in Chicago being supported, information acquired, processed, managed, shared right here. That's what they do. So we had some shooting and killings in this area. And I can tell you right now, 70th in Michigan, 70th in State, brothers got killed. If you go over there and you ask the people on that block, do you know your neighbors? I used to. That's what you're gonna hear. I just do me and go in the house. Okay. We can't beat people up over that, but that's a problem. That's a problem. Enemy love it when you isolate it. You become an easier target that way. But I understand neighbors don't want to know each other like that. And you don't have to with this system here. Because now what we're saying is that person on 70th and State, even side numbers, we go get him the list of the DJ, and on the first Wednesday of the month at 12 o'clock, we just go ask him to text that West Side DJ, hey, just checking in, how you doing? That's it. That's what that person did. Then on the odd side of the same house, the person who they don't know each other, don't like each other, we're gonna have them text another West Side DJ the same thing. They'll be working together without physically working together, but the DJs around the city are being linked on this first Wednesday of the month at 12 o'clock. Now, hopefully that makes sense. But let me go to this because now you're gonna see a breakdown of what I'm talking about. So here, this is how we manage, and I want you to see this. So first, let's go down here to the bottom. So on Wabash was here. Wabash was green. Here was State, and then this was Michigan. Yellow, green, and blue. This yellow means west side, green means south side, blue means east side. Now this area here, this particular area is dentists. So this isn't the one that we just went over with DJs. This is the one dealing with people that work on our teeth, dentists. So let me break this down and show you this. This is all the lists of the book author, not book authors, I got to erase that. All the dentists. So I'm going to take that out. So pardon me for this. I messed up. This should say dentist. This is the dentist in zip code 60623 West Side. This is the dentist 60624 West Side. Dentist 60639 North Austin West Side. This the dentist in 60620 Auburn Gresham, the dentist in Inglewood 60621, the dentist in Chatham 60619. Here's the point. In this one area, they're keeping a list of dentists in all black zip codes in Chicago. And once a month, they text and get in touch with all these dentists to make sure that the dentists know each other across black Chicago. Like, this is important when we talk about we need to come together. Remember, capacity. This shows capacity. Wherever we see an empty space without a dentist name in that zip code, then we can go acquire information and find out who the dentist is in that area. So this is what we have, and I want you guys to know that's for every one of our blocks. That's the dentist. These are the book authors. It's the same format. Who are the book authors in 60623, in 60612, in 60609, in 60617, 60619? Who are the book authors in Roseland? Who's the book authors in Woodlawn? Who's the book authors in West Inglewood? Are all the book authors getting together in every zip code and moving forward on how to sell more books? That's what, again, a certain group of blocks, that's their job, to do that. And that's the beauty of this system here that we talking about. Because if you look here, the yellow block will manage all the west side book authors. The green block will manage all the south side book authors. The blue will manage all the east side book authors. So I just wanted to kind of break that down so you guys know what these blocks are doing. They're managing the list of everything from, in this case, book authors. They're managing the list of what are these blocks here? Poets. Do we know where the poet is in 60617, in 60620? Do we know the poet on the west side, Garfield Park? Do we know the poet in West Inglewood, 36, in Washington Heights, 43, in South Shore? So again, there's a group of blocks, and this is all they do is keep the list of all poets in all 20 black neighborhoods. Capacity, meaning we have the ability to pull together the poets in every zip code and do some poetry stuff. You know what I mean? So that's why this is so big, you guys, and why I'm saying when we fund what we're doing, it's over, because these lists exist. Beauty supply stores. There's a group of blocks in Chicago that this is all they do is they manage West Side black beauty supply stores. They keep them coordinated with Marquette Park Beauty Supply, Black Beauty Supplies, Rosen Black Beauty Supply, Woodlawn Black Beauty Supply. So again, there's a group of blocks that this is all they do is manage the beauty supply list for us. Then the last one I'm gonna show you, then I'm done with this grid, is, let's see what this is. Apparel. Apparel is big for black people. I think as we get people to stop chasing European models of success, Dolce & Gabbana and all the Louis Vuitton, and start chasing African models of success, we start wearing each other's shirts that we're designing and beautifying. We market those. We can take that apparel and rotate that $5 billion in-house. Well, we rocking our own, we honoring our own, and we have blocks, California, Mozart, and Francisco is responsible for anyone that's running their own manufacturing the t-shirts and sweaties and hats. We want to support you on that. And based on what zip code you from, 60620, you in apparel, we go support you. 60619, you in apparel, Chatham, we go support you. So I just wanted you to see that. I can get rid of this, but that's what this is. This is, I showed you, these blocks is DJs. These blocks are DJs. So they dealing with the DJs. And if we go here, Woodlawn, this one here, they're dealing with all the photographers. Can you see that? Photographers right there. They meet every first Wednesday at 10 o'clock. King Drive. That's one of a lot of violence happens here. We got to recruit. We got to go acquire information from that 17-year-old hanging out on 64th and King Drive. Once we find out that 17-year-old from King Drive want to be a DJ, then we go get that information over to this one, because they manage, let's go up, we go get it over here to this one, because they manage all East Side DJs, 68th in Michigan, and they're going to be linking that person's to the 80-year-old retired DJ who might give him his mixing equipment. When we link people together, who knows where that relationship is going to go? So anyway, I just wanted to spend some time with that. This here is North Austin. This is our journalism. If you can see here, they keep the list of all our journalists. On the west side journalists, south side journalists, east side journalists, they meet every fourth Sunday at 2 o'clock. This list goes on. We have 1,600 blocks all sectioned off. It's overkill. We got it down to the tiniest minute detail, and that's why we know Black life getting ready to change. And it's not because of these protests. It's because we're making information, we're acquiring it, we're processing it, we're sharing it, we're managing it. This is our marketing area right here. This is our sales area right here, South Shore. Um, Sales. So this is 68th and Jeffrey, Merle's, Clyde. And again, they whole thing is dealing with all things, dealing with our vendors. Every fourth Saturday, 7 o'clock, all our vendors. We know this is a hot area, but guess what? We going in there acquiring information. What you want to be when you grow up. Okay, link you with them. We got seniors every Friday, Seniors Day. So it's a lot. I know it's a lot. Now I'm gonna close that out. I'm gonna close that out. Let me give you guys the codes. Let me give you guys the codes. And I guess I should start with why these codes matter. Why these codes matter before I go into these codes. And so before we do that, let's do this right here. I thought we was live already. I guess we weren't live. Okay. Guess we were not live. That's not cool. That's not good. Oh well. In case you missed it, you can watch it on the replay. So let's get to what I wanted to share with you guys. So I want to make sure we talk about the codes. The codes is a big deal. The codes really do matter. So I want to break it down so you guys know why these codes matter. Why, because of these codes, you become a He-Man or a She-Ra, a Superman. You get to walk around and give people codes that's going to be able to change their life around. Think about that. You get to, once you kind of get comfortable with this, you're able to walk around and change people's lives. That's how powerful this is. So let's talk about this. Let's break this down. So this is called the black algorithm. Algorithm is just codes that predicts outcomes. Codes that predict outcomes. You ever use your phone and you went somewhere and then you kept going there every day at 7. Next thing you know, at 7, your phone is reminding you, hey, go get your coffee. That's because it detected a pattern and it gave it a code, and that code allowed it to predict that tomorrow at 7 you're gonna go get coffee again. That's just the way technology is going, right? We built that same thing. We got predictability, and with these codes, you're going to be able to predict outcomes. Not 100%, but let's talk about it. So these are the codes YS1 through 4. The Y is for yellow. That's why you see it in yellow. The G is for green. That's why you see it in green. The S is for Sunday. This is what Sunday? The first Sunday, second Sunday, third Sunday, fourth Sunday. Real simple stuff. Let me zoom in so you guys can see that. All right. So you guys can really see that because this is beautiful and big. Let me show it again. So this here is yellow. That's why the Y is there. The T is for Tuesday. And then this is which Tuesday? First Tuesday, second Tuesday, third Tuesday, fourth Tuesday. So every first Tuesday of the month, people that are in the business of having fun, entertainers, sports, dance, music, video, all of those people meet every first Tuesday. All right. Don't ask where. That we tackle that later. Every second Tuesday, Yellow Tuesday, second Tuesday, all those dealing with safety, police, firefighters, military, they meet. Every third Tuesday, all the people dealing with science, research, they meet. Every fourth Tuesday, all those dealing with law, lawyers, they meet. So let me zoom out so you can see the bigger picture here. The point is, with these codes, if I'm walking down the street and I see a group of people, I engage them, say, hey man, what you like doing? Hey man, I love debating. All right, YT4. What do that mean? Write it down. YT4. They write it down. Forget the Y, yellow. That's not relevant to you coming in. You're new. But that T4 is every fourth Tuesday. I want you to call me and I'm going to put you in connection with a lawyer that's going to help you get on that path for you to become what they already are. That code gives him a date and it gives him an opportunity to connect with who we know on the other end. That's the predictability end, so that that person know when. So if I got these lawyers, they say, "Sir, I'm worth $400 an hour. I don't have a lot of time. We only need you on the fourth Tuesday of the month. We negotiated that with the lawyers. So when you're out there and you engage someone, they want to be a lawyer, you already negotiated the time because of the code. And you could predict that if they call, they're going to get with this lawyer. You can predict the outcome, that they're going to be more connected. They may be able to do mock trials and who knows what else. But the main thing is we have predictability because of these codes. So thank you for looking at that. BW, that's blue. The W is Wednesday. Every first Wednesday, artistic expression. Those are all the photographers. Those are all the DJs. BW2 is missing persons. Those are the detectives and investigators. BW3, that's the third Wednesday of the month. All those nurses and people that promote healthier living. BW4, all the secretaries, administrative assistants, and clerical people, and book authors. So as you can see here, these codes are, it's only 20, so it's not, you know, too many that's insurmountable. But it is actually it's 20, but we have 28 here, but it's really just 20. The other 8 are kind of auxiliary, like Fridays. We don't have every Friday covered, won't have every Sunday covered. That's all detailed stuff, but here's a better look at what I just explained to you right here. Okay, so understanding the code structure. I told you ignore the first alphabet because that first alphabet is the color, but it also means what side of town. The west side is yellow. So it tells you that uh, the people who keep this list for us of all the carpenters, all the bricklayers, if they coded Y, that's west side. If they coded G, that's south side. So as you look here, this tells us the side of town. G, side of town, that's south side. B, side of town, that's east side. The second alphabet is the day of the week. Let me expand this here so you guys can see that. All right. So if you see W, that's Wednesday. You see M, that's Monday. You see S, that is Sunday or Saturday. This tells you what day of the week. First Sunday of the month, second Monday of the month, third Wednesday of the month. So when you have this whole code, you have the whole format. Sorry about that. You have the whole format to be able to give a person the date and give them our number or your number and say, we can link you with people who are doing what it is that you aspire to do, or if you want to volunteer and give back, that's what this will allow you to do. So real quick, these are the codes right here, and it breaks down what I was just sharing with you. Let me move this down here. So for every first Tuesday, YT1 is entertainers, second Tuesday is police and fire, third Tuesday is scientists, fourth Tuesday is lawyers. So anytime I meet a lawyer in Detroit and Chicago and Milwaukee, I already know fourth Tuesday of the month. Takes a while to get that, so don't try and learn that right away. BW3, nurses. BW4, authors, designers. So these codes, the point of this whole piece, why I want you to see this, is we're going to be able to walk in any neighborhood, talk to people, acquire information, give them a code that puts them in touch with other people who can help them in whatever it is they're working on in their life. So that is my presentation to you guys. This month, we're focused on last names F, G, H, I, J, and K. That's what we're concentrating on this month. We need you guys this month. We won't need you again until February. It's every 6 months. Money. Let's talk about money as we close out. So the Fear last name, Fellows, Fishers, Foreman, Frasers, the Ganors, the Gibbs, the Gibsons, the Godleys, the Goldsmiths, the Gordons, the Halls, Hardys, Harrises, Haydens, Henderson, Hicks, Hoskins, Hopkins, Hodges, Hubbards, the Irvins, the Jacksons, Johnsons, Jones, Joplins, Jordans, the Kelly Kemps and Kings. This is your month. This is your month. This is it. We won't bug you again for 6 months until February. February, every August, this is it. Everything I just described to you, when we get people to honor what I'm sharing with you, in this case, these last names, to say, hey, you only bugging me every 6 months, what you need. When we get in that spirit, as you can see, we got codes, we got people in position, we got small towns. Everything is ready to go, and it's all independent of the government. This is us taking care of us, self-responsibility. But if we don't fund it, if we don't do $12 a year, if we don't become $100 loaner, $500 loaner, if we don't put the money behind it, It's just like a brand new car with no gas in it. It's not going nowhere. And so I'm okay with that because it has to be us believing in something and putting our money where our mouth is. If you want to donate, you want to be a loaner, our number is 312-405-8844. That's 312-405-8844. And the beauty is the website. You can go right now to the website, www.nationalblockclubuniversity, and you can donate there, www.nationalblockclubuniversity. Stay strong. Peace.